Welcome to Granny Shift, and I'm Ryan.
And I'm Jason.
And this is minute 6 of Fast and Furious, and my blood is pumping. Man, this movie is intense. I don't know why you hate it so much, but...
No, I hate... This should just be called... It just shouldn't be a Fast and Furious movie.
Right.
It's fine. I get it. This is where it went, and they made a lot of money. I can't make... You look how well this franchise did. I cannot give them any gripe.
Right. Based off of, like... You don't... In real life, I feel like you don't see that many Fast and Furious fans.
No. But there's a huge... But that's probably because they made this change. Like, people that love the original 3 are probably so small compared to the amount of people that actually want to go see this movie in theaters when it comes out, like the new ones.
Yeah.
Because people love these. Everybody that likes action movies loves the fast movies.
Right.
Is that what we call them? Fast movies?
Yeah.
Okay. Not the Fast and Furious movies. And, yeah, this one just was the change for me.
Yeah.
But it's a great movie. Like, we're watching this like, man, this is awesome.
It still has nice cars. It's just they don't focus on the cars too much anymore.
Like, Dom's driving a super ugly car.
Yeah, but to certain car people,
Right.
that is a very specifically special car.
Yeah, there's like a club somewhere. Oh, man. So yesterday...
It's like how the Honda Elements have like their own like group. You know what I mean? They like travel around together and seek each other out.
So I went out for lunch with my aunt and cousins yesterday, and we're walking down the parking lot after we eat, and there's a Chevy SSR sitting there.
Oh.
Do you remember these? Like,
yes,
ugly
the pickup truck.
Convertible pickup trucks with the V8 in them. And somebody was like, whoa, look at that weird looking truck. And I'm like, yeah. I was like, those things are actually super rare. Like, they like have Corvette engines in them, and they're like... But they only made them a couple years. And then I see the old guy right next to us is walking towards it. I'm like, all right, good. I didn't see anything bad. And I was like, oh, is this your truck? And he's like, yeah. I was like, yeah, you don't see these very often. He's like, oh, over in Ephrata, we have 70 of them sitting there. And I was like, confused. Like,
right.
I'm like, oh, I thought these were rare. He's like, they are rare. I'm like, do you have like a shop that you collect them? And I see he has plates from Texas. And then I turn around, and there's 2 other ones in the parking lot. They, I guess, had a big Chevy SSR meet, and they drove from Texas to meet with other people that also like the Chevy SSR.
Yeah.
And I was like, I couldn't talk him into doing a burnout for me. I tried. But he, like, pulled out quickly enough that you could hear, like, the gravel, like, slipping a little bit.
Right.
Like, I'm like, oh, he tried. He put an effort in. His wife wasn't mad. They were all, like... 70s.
Yeah.
Terrible trucks. My friend in high school, her brother had one. She got a Cobalt SS.
Okay.
And he got a Chevy SSR.
Yeah. Still have it?
I doubt it.
Yeah.
But, man, I think her brother got the better deal there. But I would want to drive a Cobalt SS over a Chevy SSR.
Oh, yeah.
I think the SSR is probably worth a lot. Right.
And, more versatility, with a bed.
Oh, you showed me. I'm like, oh, it's bigger than I thought, right?
Well, those are just like regular cabs, aren't they? They don't have anything behind.
Yeah, it's a single cab, but they're convertible, and the convertible's electric, so it folds into behind the seats there. So that takes up a fair bit of the bed.
Space between the bed and the cab. Okay.
Yeah. But it has like... a 3-foot wide by 5-foot long trunk with a lid on it, so it's 18 inches high.
Trunk?
It's more of a trunk than
a bed?
Than a bed. It has a top on it.
Oh, right. It's got like a hard top.
Yeah.
That doesn't come off.
Like you couldn't put a piece of drywall in it. Yeah, I think it just goes up like a tailgate would, Right. There's like cylinders on it.
Yeah.
All right, anyway. Wow, we didn't start this minute yet?
Nope. Oh,
sorry, I just bumped my mic. All right, so... He swerves hard to the left right next to Dom, but Dom doesn't get involved in that swerve.
It's more the truck attached at the very back is swerving majorly side to side.
So he's getting whiplash from the swerving of the truck. Right.
And the driver, T, I think his name is telling him to hold on. Yeah. And we noticed 2 giant NOS containers in the bed.
Yeah.
or whatever you call it, the
So
flat.
truck
bed.
must have some work done, but that's kind of funny. If you're making big power with a truck, especially for hauling trailers, I feel like you wouldn't want to count on a bottle that empties itself in seconds.
Yeah.
To give you something that you need.
It could just be for looks. You know what I mean?
But now also I'm realizing why they are worried about the downgrade. Because they're pointing the other way. They need to stop these trailers
and pull up the hill.
Yeah. But like getting them stopped is a concern when if you're going that fast in reverse, you need to slow all that weight down, and they don't have trailer brakes on.
Yeah.
Like that truck would have had brakes attached. It would probably be able to slow down pretty good. But anyhow, so the guy on the truck, Dom's buddy, Spanish guy, they both get into the cab.
Yeah, so they're safe for now, but they're still attached. They're not.
Right. They haven't been able to release. Dom says, hold on to something tight, because he's about to do something.
Right.
And now he drives back up to where Letty's at.
He's telling her to hold on to something tight.
Oh, he wasn't next to them anymore?
Yeah.
Okay,
No.
he's telling Letty.
He told Letty, hold on to something tight.
And this part seemed a little
and
strange.
he shifts into something, I don't know.
He shifts up.
Which would be a higher gear.
So now he accelerates.
I don't understand.
And then I want to see this. Click through this very slowly. Now he throws it into first, slams on his brakes.
Double-footed.
Yeah, 2 feet on the brake pedal, and flips a 180 and swings the tail. This is what I want to see. The tail of his car against the trailer.
Yes. And that impact
there's no way
is enough to break loose the
tongue that
tanker
was frozen.
from the next
so
tanker.
He sideswipes the trailer, and that lurches it hard enough to break. There's no way. That thing has huge tires.
Yeah.
It weighs thousands of pounds in his little 3,000-pound car. There's no way.
Yeah.
But it worked.
But he just dented a $200,000 vehicle.
Well, yes, and
$100,000 at least.
Piece of metal flies off something. Can we talk about the shirt he's wearing too?
Yes.
So real quick though, something flies off when he does this and punctures the tank that Letty's right next to Letty. Now it's spraying fuel out right next to Letty.
So we were wrong. She's 2 tanks back.
Yes.
So they only took just one tanker just now.
Which is good.
Right.
Because they need to stop that thing from going over a cliff.
You know what I just remembered about one of these cars? When the government did their cash for clunkers.
Yeah.
Somebody submitted one of these cars.
No way.
And everybody people were upset because,
Did they have a list of what got submitted?
Basically, they poured sand into it. I think there was news articles coming out of
I thought they crushed them. They poured sand in it?
So that the engine couldn't be used again. Maybe they did just crush them.
What a lot of work. Take those spark plugs out, get a funnel.
No, it's not a lot of work to ruin an engine. People do it all the time. That puddle's not too deep.
Yeah, but
we get that
the
all
government's
the time.
not driving cars into puddles to make sure they never drive again.
What happened to the cash?
Yeah, that backfired. Look at car prices now.
Clunkers cars.
Know what I mean? We're checking the Google to see what actually happened to all those cars that were traded in. They give you $5,000 for anything that drove. They were
immediately tagged as property of the U.S. government, making them ineligible. See, that's where the Google thing left off. Now I have to click on it and read the entire
blog post,
2-page article.
All right. Well, somebody knows. Fill us in the Instagram comment.
Oh, here's a full list of all 677,081 cars destroyed in cash for clunkers.
So this car would be on the list somewhere. Not this car, but this model.
Right.
Of what is this thing called?
Clunkers must be crushed or shredded within 180 days. Yeah, it would be interesting to know a little bit more. That's what someone should do a documentary on. I don't care about Jeffrey Dahmer. I want to hear what happened to the cash for clunkers. There's
a really interesting documentary on EVs that were produced in the 90s. There was a Toyota RAV4 EV.
Okay.
And these people bought them. They're all on lease. And they loved them. But there's all this shady stuff went down. And all of a sudden they all got impounded and crushed by the government. Maybe not the government. But they were people love these cars. And they were forced to give them up. and then people were trying to buy him outright, offering huge amounts of money to buy him, and they weren't able to.
Huh.
So I think it was like lobbying from the gas companies. But
yeah. It's like I saw a video where it's like 2 or 3 times in American history, somebody has invented a car or an engine that runs on water.
Oh.
And each time the person who invented it ends up disappearing, which is interesting. But
it's hard to believe it would run on water, but maybe, I guess actually with radiation that's possible. So ran on water and uranium.
Possible.
So.
All right, so back to Dom's shirt. He's wearing a sleeveless button-up. Pretty crispy looking, actually.
Nice white button-up, but it is a sleeveless.
It's
tight. He's bulging out of it.
Yeah, he's very tight.
What a classy shirt.
Yeah, it's like he had to go to a wedding after this.
Yeah,
he just wanted to be ready.
That's right. So now he throws it back in reverse, and he's got to get Letty.
The truck because he swung around to hit the thing.
Now he's in reverse, chasing the truck.
It seems like he could just save time by swinging back around
and being forward. It'd be a lot easier to control.
Yeah.
So he's like, I'm gonna pull up next to Letty. And this has like all the vibes of Fast 1, where Letty's hanging off the side, holding a hand out, just like Vince was to Brian O'Connor. And he's like, you got to jump.
Yeah.
Which is what Dom says to Letty.
So last time, or one of the previous minutes, we talked about the last time I watched through all these. When you watch these in such tight succession, like in one night, I might watch 2 movies or maybe even more.
Whoa.
When I watch these like back to back. These type of scenes happen so many times in this franchise.
Right.
Like someone's on something, someone's beside them in a car, and they always like reach out their hand. Like, if she would grab his hand, what's he gonna do?
Right.
Like, they're not at an angle where they can do anything. Like,
the hand doesn't actually help you.
Right. Yeah. She has to jump onto the top of the car.
Yeah, because he's below her. He could grab her hand and get on the truck because she's above him, but for her to come on. Yeah, she's got to jump on the car.
If he had his arm out and she grabbed it and jumped, he could like somehow like help her stay on the roof without jumping over the roof.
Yeah.
But still.
It's not a great plan.
Yeah.
But she's about to jump, and they're like, all right, here we go. And man, the side of his car is beat up.
Yeah, that's sad.
But now we get a shot inside the cockpit.
When did this happen? Oh, this happened in Tokyo Drift.
What's that?
Where the driver can see way down the road.
And then the camera angle zooms in really far, and we see there's a tight 90-degree bend coming up at the end of this steep downhill.
Yeah.
And the driver's like, oh, shoot.
Forget this.
So he's like, I got to slow down. So he slams on his brakes, which Dom's like, oh, no. I'm in reverse, and I'm going too fast because you're slowing down. And
Even
I'm not.
though I'm maxing out my engine in reverse.
Yeah, why doesn't he just slow down?
Yeah.
And then the driver grabs his iguana, and then the minute ends.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait, why'd you pause it, Ryan? The minute's over.
It looks like he's about to ditch, honestly.
Yeah, like jump out.
Yeah.
Like he gave up on braking.
He's
about to jump out his window with a car right next to him.
Yeah.
He would run him right over.
It seems like... And there was nothing beside him, and now in the background you can see there's rocks there. But I took notice when he first sees that there's nothing at the end, there's a cliff to the left of him.
What would you do in this situation?
Just stay on the brakes. I would.
Yeah, same.
I would have ditched way longer. I would have waited to ditch way longer.
Right. Maybe you could slow it down.
Right.
Because you only have 2 trailers hooked up now.
How fast was he going into the downgrade? I don't.
Seriously. You only have to be... Yeah, I don't know. You got...
Plus, they just... They basically saved him because they took one of the tankers away. He only has 2 instead of 5 now. I don't know
about saved him. I think they kind of instigated this situation a little bit.
Yeah, this poor guy's going to lose his job.
I would not jump if he's going 50 miles. I mean, if you're going 20 miles an hour and jump out of your window...
You'd be bruised and battered pretty hard.
With a cliff next to you. And the guy probably works for the cartel indirectly, so he's going to lose this load of fuel. What's he going to do out in the middle of the desert with,
what do you think
with a bunch of guys that are trying to rob him right now?
You don't think he's doing this legitimately? Tanking?
I think in countries like this, it doesn't matter. Because...
The cartels and everything? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, a lot of times. I don't know with Dominican, but that's how Mexico would work. Like, any big money business the cartels have their hands in, So if you're running and lose all that fuel, but you're also stuck out in the middle of the desert with 3 guys trying to
right.
6.
When they zoomed out and showed the road, there's nothing around.
Right.
He's lucky if he gets picked up in a day by another vehicle.
Yeah.
And he's in the desert.
But we don't know if he actually jumps.
Oh, he's like, if I'm leaving, I'm going to take this with me because this is food.
Oh, he wants to take the lizard to eat.
Right.
That's smart. At least he's thinking ahead.
Yeah. But that's it for minute 6. Anything else you want to add, Jason?
No. I just want to know what happens to the next 97 minutes.
Thanks for listening. I'm Ryan.
How many minutes yet? 140, 60, 103. It's 103. It says, right?
Now, right. We don't want to accidentally see anything.
Oh. Sorry, I clipped
all right,
a little there.
140 about.
So that's 100 minutes. We're 6 in. 6. Oh, that makes it easy. 6% of the way done with the movie.
Nice.
Already. Wow.
Man.
Goes quick. All right.
Yeah. Thanks for listening. I'm Ryan.
I'm Jason.
And always remember,
winning's winning.